Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. As I prepare a quilt that would be great for Thanksgiving, we will be exploring blocks in the Electric Quilt library. And we're going to be talking about how to take a stencil and turn it into a block, and how to change a block into a motif. And then we will have some fun with Wreath Maker. On the home screen, select Search for Block Patterns. Under the EQ Block Library, select Stencils, which is 07, and select Leaves. Although these are quilting designs, we can turn them into blocks as well. Select Leaves 2 and select Edit to Block Worktable. Because the shapes are all filled, it means that we can use them easily for applique. Select the Color tab and with the spray can, color the leaves and add to Project Sketchbook. Now we're going to add a background. To do that, we're going to go back to Draw with the Pick tool, do a Control or Command plus A to select everything, and from the main menu, select Edit, Copy. Select a new block, Pieced in Applique, Easy plus Applique. Make sure you are on the Applique tab and select Edit, Paste. The Easy Draw will be a plain block. The Applique will be where we have our motif. With the Pick tool, do a Control or Command plus A to select everything and select Wreath Maker. Now it looks like a hot mess, but we're going to fix that. The first thing I'm going to do is move the cluster spacing to 100%, and then I'm going to just bring the resize down so we can see the wreath. You can decide how many clusters you want in your wreath. I'm going to adjust the number of clusters to 14, and then under Resize Cluster, move that so that they are appropriately spaced. For me at this point is to find something that I think is visually appealing. Then select OK. Although I like the wreath, I would like a little bit more white space along the outside edges. So with everything still selected, scroll down and select Resize, and I'm going to start with just selecting 90% and select OK. Now that looks pretty good to me, so I'm going to go to the Color tab and color this. You can use the spray can to color all the leaves, but it is important to select a different fabric with the paintbrush to color the background. This is a pretty small block, so I'm going to fix that. I'm going to go back to Draw and change the width and height to 18. Then select Color. Notice how much better it looks with the fabric, and select Add to Sketchbook. Now select New Block, Open Library, and this time select the category 05 Contemporary Applique. Scroll down and select Fruits and Veggies, and then scroll over and find the pumpkin and select Edit to Block Worktable. This is a combo block that has a polydraw background with applique. This time I want to remove the background. So make sure you're on the Applique tab with the Pick tool. Select everything. From the main menu, select Edit, Copy. Select a new block, Applique Motif. Motifs don't have backgrounds. And from the main menu, select Edit, Paste, followed by Center in Block. Select the Color tab and color this, and add to Project Sketchbook. Select the Quilt Worktable and select a new quilt, Horizontal. Select the Layout tab and change the number of blocks to 1 by 1 and change the size of the block to 18. Select the Border tab. For the first border, I just want to put things on the top and the bottom. So under border style, I'll select long horizontal, and if you don't have a borders, make sure to select add before you do that. And under the lock size adjustments, I'm going to turn off the all, make sure left and right and top and bottom are turned on. Then move the slider bar for the left to 0, and I'm going to highlight the number next to top and type in 4. Then select add and turn on the lock size adjustments. And this one I want to be a long horizontal again. And now I'm going to highlight the number next to left and type in 3. Let's also add a binding. So I will do an add, change to the style mitered, and I'm going to change the size to a 1/2 inch. Select the Design tab, and under Set Block, scroll towards the end and locate the wreath block and click on the center space of the quilt. Select Fabric Tools and use the paintbrush along with the Control or Command key to color each of the borders. Notice that when you click on one of the borders with that Control or Command key, it colors all of them at the same time. Select Layer 2, and now under Block Tools, select Motifs and select the pumpkin and drag it on the quilt. Select it with the Adjust tool and drag to the first border on the top. Note that it is a little bit too large, so select Preserve Aspect Ratio and change the size to 5. Before finalizing the position, under Quilt Grid Setup, turn off Snap Block Position to Grid. That will give you more flexibility in placement. Once it's close, go ahead and click on Center Horizontally. Select Set Block, and this time we want to locate the single leaf motif. Note that it's not in the Motifs tab. However, if you select Stencils, you will find it there because it was originally a stencil block. We can move this, however, by right-clicking on it and select Move to Tab, and then select Motifs tab. Locate the leaf under Motifs and drag it on the quilt. Select it with the Adjust tool and drag so it's immediately to the right of the pumpkin. Now we need to rotate so that it will fit. With the Control or Command key on your keyboard, click on the center and notice the circle. That means we can click, hold, and drag a corner to engage the rotation. You can also drag the crosshairs in the center to reposition while you are in rotation mode. Select Copy followed by Paste and move to the left of the pumpkin. Select Flip and click on the leaf block. Select the Adjust tool and click on the block, and then with the Control or Command key, select the center to engage the rotation and adjust the rotation to mirror the right side of the block. Select the pumpkin block with the Adjust tool, scroll down and select Bring to Front. With the Pick tool, drag a super large box to make sure that you enclose all of the motifs. Now, for each of the motifs, you need to not only enclose the visible portion, but if you see when I click on the block, the dotted lines around that motif, we need to enclose all of that as well. Select Copy followed by Paste and drag to position in the bottom border block. And then select Add to Project Sketchbook. Thanks so much for watching. In looking at this quilt, I think it needs just a little bit more added to it. And I'm going to be doing that during the tutorial next week. If you are just starting to explore Electric Quilt 8, check out my introductory class, Shoot for the Stars with EQ8. Or if you are ready for a deeper dive, check out the Techno Quilter membership.